For decades, football fans became familiar with a simple formula. 32 teams, one host nation, a month of football that brought the entire world together. From Mexico in 1986 to France in 1998, from South Africa in 2010 to Qatar in 2022, the basic structure remained largely the same. Yes, stadiums changed. Yes, technology improved, but the tournament itself stayed recognizable. Then, FIFA decided to do something revolutionary. Beginning with the 2026 World Cup, football's biggest competition would expand from 32 teams to 48 teams. At first, many fans were skeptical. Would the quality drop? Would the tournament become too long? Would smaller nations really be able to compete? But FIFA had a bigger vision. A World Cup that included more countries, more cultures, and more football stories than ever before. And that's only the beginning.
Change number 1, 48 teams instead of 32. Let's start with the biggest change. Since the 1998 World Cup, fans have been used to seeing 32 nations compete for football's greatest prize. In 2026, that number jumps to 48. That means 16 additional countries will get the chance to participate. For many football nations, this is historic. Countries that have spent decades falling just short of qualification now have a realistic opportunity to reach the biggest stage in world football. Think about nations across Africa, Asia, North America, and Oceania. Many of them produce talented players but rarely qualify because available spots are extremely limited. Now, millions of supporters could experience their country appearing at a World Cup for the very first time. And that changes everything. Because the World Cup has never been only about winning. It's about representation. It's about identity. It's about seeing your flag among the world's best. Change number 2, more matches than ever before. With more teams comes more football. A lot more football. The 2022 World Cup featured 64 matches. The 2026 edition will feature 104 matches. Think about that for a moment. That's 40 additional games. More dramatic finishes, more surprise results, more unforgettable moments. For fans, it means an entire summer packed with football. For players, it means an even tougher journey toward lifting the trophy. And for FIFA, it means creating the largest World Cup schedule in history.
Change number 3, 3 host nations. Traditionally, a World Cup belongs to one country. Sometimes 2 countries share hosting duties, but never before has the tournament been spread across 3 nations on this scale. In 2026, the hosts are United States, Canada, Mexico. Together, these countries cover enormous distances. Fans could attend matches in modern American mega stadiums, then travel north into Canada or south into Mexico. The tournament will effectively span an entire continent. This creates unique challenges. Teams may travel thousands of kilometers between matches. Organizers must coordinate transportation, security, accommodation, and logistics across multiple borders. Nothing on this scale has ever been attempted in World Cup history. Change number 4, Mexico makes history. One of the most fascinating stories involves Mexico. Mexico previously hosted the World Cup in 1970. It hosted again in 1986. And now it will host matches once more in 2026. That makes Mexico the first country ever to host World Cup tournaments across 3 different editions. Football history will literally be written again. Many fans still remember iconic moments from Mexico's previous tournaments. The brilliance of...
Change number 5, more opportunities for smaller nations. One criticism of previous World Cups was that certain regions had very few qualification spots. Strong teams often missed out despite impressive performances. The expanded format changes that. More places are available for countries from Africa, Asia, and other growing football regions. This means the tournament could become more diverse than ever, and diversity often creates surprises. Football history is full of unexpected underdog stories. Nobody expected Senegal to shock the world in 2002. Few people predicted Morocco's incredible run in 2022. Every World Cup produces a surprise. With 48 teams, there are more opportunities than ever for new football stories to emerge. Change number 6, football becomes more global. Perhaps the biggest difference isn't the format, it's the message. The 2026 World Cup reflects football's transformation into a truly global sport. Decades ago, football power was concentrated among a relatively small group of nations. Today, talent exists everywhere. Players from every continent compete in elite leagues. Young fans follow clubs and national teams from all over the world. The game has never been more connected. The expanded World Cup is FIFA's way of acknowledging that reality.
Interesting facts. Here are some incredible facts about the 2026 tournament. It will be the largest World Cup ever played. It will feature 48 national teams for the first time. It will include 104 matches. It will be hosted by 3 countries. Mexico will become the first nation to host World Cups in 3 different editions. Millions of fans are expected to travel across North America. The tournament will involve some of the largest stadiums ever used in World Cup history. When you compare it to earlier tournaments, the difference is astonishing. The first World Cup in 1930 featured only 13 teams. The 2026 edition will have nearly 4 times as many. That shows just how much football has grown over the last century. Why it matters. Some people view these changes as simple numbers. More teams, more matches, more stadiums. But the impact is much bigger than that. For smaller football nations, qualification becomes more achievable. For fans, more countries can participate in football's greatest celebration. For players, more dreams can become reality. And for the sport itself, the World Cup becomes more representative of football's global popularity. Whether you're watching from a massive city or a small...
The 2026 FIFA World Cup won't simply be another edition of football's biggest tournament. It will be a completely new version of it. More teams than ever before, more matches than ever before, more countries involved than ever before, and a scale unlike anything football has ever seen. Some fans will love the changes, others will miss the old format. But one thing is certain, when the opening whistle blows, the world will be watching a World Cup unlike any that came before it, and football history will enter a brand new era. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more football stories, football history, and World Cup deep dives. And tell us in the comments, do you think the 48-team format will improve the World Cup, or should FIFA have kept the traditional 32-team tournament?